There are times where we have to be okay sharing the truth, even when it's kind of scary. And this is one of those days. I see it everywhere now. I'm not going to list it all out. I'm just going to tell you this dangerous sign that America is in decline is that we are so stinking scared. And I think, honestly, this is worldwide, but I'm doing this in the American context, but this is a worldwide problem. We have a global pandemic of fear, worry, anxiety. I think in some ways we are in danger of using the word anxiety so much that it turns into the next bullying. Like when someone's mean to you, it's bullying. No, it's not. Just because you're scared doesn't mean you have anxiety. Anxiety is real. I don't question the validity of the clinical diagnosis and how it can have profound effects on people. And everybody has different levels of it. But just because you're having a moment where you're a little scared, I got news for you, Snowflake. You aren't dealing with anxiety. But we are a scared society. All we do is think about protecting ourselves. And what's gotten lost in this is that we don't think about improving ourselves. How in the world could you possibly think about improving yourself when all you're doing is protecting yourself? I mean, the very idea of the two words is so spread out on the spectrum. If I'm improving on myself, I'm moving forward mentally, emotionally, physically at times. I'm in the act of improving. If I'm protecting myself, I'm in the very act of retreating. I cower, I shield, I hide. That's protectionary. If I'm improving, I'm learning, I'm doing, I'm trying. And now you've got this knee-jerk reaction to all this fear, which is I'm trying to get as comfortable as possible. Safe. Now the new, it used to be about success. Now it's about safe, comfortable. See, because success, that's not given to you. Comfort, that's given to you. You want to know why people clamor for the tenets of socialism, where universal income, these ideas come from socialism? This is not a political show. Don't get offended, be provoked. I'm okay to provoke you. I want to provoke you to think, to challenge me. Go do your own research. Consider what I'm saying at the very least. Universal income is a socialist idea. And it's widely accepted by people who feel like they have no shot at their own success. So then they go, well, if I can't create my own success, I need to be comfortable. I need to be safe. And so I rely on the government to do that for me. Then there's all kind of distorted views of this. The FIRE movement is so popular among a lot of young people. These live in the threads of Reddit and other social media platforms. What is FIRE? Financially independent, retire early. Sounds really noble. Sounds really awesome until you realize it's soulless. What does it mean? It means they work like crazy. No balance at all. Just working themselves to the bone to try to be able to amass enough money so they don't enjoy life. They don't live life. They're just working. Saving. But no living. And the goal is to be in their 40s and walk away. Now, they'll have the money, but they won't have much experience to rely on other than work. And then they're going to find out that they still need to work, to do something positive, proactive, to give a contribution to the world. their soul will slowly seep out of their body if they don't. Then you got the anti-work movement, which is on the other side. The anti-work movement is, I think it's so wrong for me as a human being to have to work this many hours a day and not be around my family and my dog and my kitty cat. This is real. So you have these kind of knee-jerk emotional reactions to the fear in this world. The fear, let me go back and make sure you're catching all this. You go, how does fear lead to anti-work? I'm going to explain it. When I am fearful, I am all about protection and comfort. I'm not about the discomfort of facing hard things, dealing with failure, moving beyond failure. It's all about, when I'm fearful all the time, my entire default mode is just about protection. Now, if you go back to the dawn of man, this is why our brains are the way they are. Not to mention, our Creator gave us this beautiful computer called the amygdala in the back of our brain that allows us to respond to danger. And so that's a normal function, but it's gotten out of whack. We're like a zoo animal. See, we were designed to create, to go do, to adventure, to do things, to explore, to achieve. It's why our heart longs for success and longs for contribution. That's the way we're wired. But now we've become scared, comfortable people, like a wild animal they pull out of the Sahara and put it in a zoo for most of its life. Still a wild animal. The instincts are still there, but they're dulled. You know why? Because it hadn't had to hunt for food anymore. It wakes up every day, poops in the same basic area, eats at the same time, doesn't chase anything, doesn't get chased. It's just lost its wild instinct. That's us that are living fearfully. So what's the solution? I think there's two things. It's very simple. Think critically, act differently. What do I mean by think critically? When you hear all these messages of fear and worry and, oh, be safe, do this, why don't you critically break it down? Are the experts right? Is the research right? Or is this marketing jargon? And then act differently. How about instead of being safe, why don't we dare? Instead of going for average, why don't we pursue great? You get out of the matrix if you do.